I'm gonna give Pereira a golden shower. I'm not just gonna win. I'm gonna piss on him.
CringeMaxxIng, the not-so-subtle art of public humiliation in hopes for clicks and clout. In today's video, we're going to be discussing CringeMaxxIng, we're going to be discussing Josh Hokit, the UFC fighter, and we're going to be deep diving into Josh's story and the ability to cringe to the max. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, don't forget to slap the shit out of the like and subscribe button, and let's begin. So recently, Josh Hokit has made headline after headline and managed to make each big media day about himself. Now, was this always good publicity? Fuck no. Some of it actually was extremely painful to watch. But you know what they say, good publicity is cringe publicity. And that is exactly what Josh brings. And now, before we get into why this works, you know, the nitty gritty, let's first take a walk back in time. A time where we will get to know Josh a little bit better. Josh was born in Bakersfield, California, and grew up around Wasco and Clovis, both areas known for their hard-nosed wrestlers and footballers. He started wrestling ridiculously young, and according to the UFC's intel, he was already a national champion at the age of 6. Now, was Josh conjuring up alter egos at the age of 6? Has he been working on this shtick the entire time? No. Josh was just a normal kid with a knack for sports and a drive. Now, fast forwarding a little bit to high school, Josh would carry that drive for sports and wield his athleticism like I used to wield my rune scimitar. Josh was a nationally ranked wrestler, a linebacker, a running back, and even had huge tackle numbers. I don't know what that means. I used to play soccer and ride a Razor scooter. I'm also Australian. Now, by the time Josh reached his senior years of high school, he was already ranked as the 3rd best wrestler nationally. So with that in mind, it was obvious that Josh was special in multiple ways. You know, the cringe is only part of the secret cringe and spices that makes Josh Hokit. You know, the JFC special. Finger licking good. Actually, no one tell Tuivasa about the JFC special. My man's already down bad enough. Anyway, in college at Fresno State, Josh became one of those rare athletes who did both Division I football and Division I wrestling at the same time. This alone made him a freak. I mean, I could barely do my job as an electrician and lift heavy circles in the gym without falling apart. This guy's over here doing 2 high-class destructive sports at the same time, all while slowly cultivating this ability to be autistic. Now, in college, Josh made some impressive feats. He played as a fullback, a linebacker, a running back, all whilst wrestling at an elite NCAA level. From there, he would use this athletic gift to become a 2-time All-American wrestler and even wrestled that one guy I love to hate watch. Bo, body shot, nickel. And now you might be asking me, Shoga, what does any of this have to do with CringeMaxxIng? You know, the title of this video. And to that I would say, slow that little TikTok brain down, alright? We're getting there. Okay, now before I explain the next part of Josh's life, you know, the one that pushed him down the dark path of the cringe. The Sith cringe lord. I watched Star Wars recently for the first time. And now cringe is different for everyone. But some examples could be the following. Trying really hard to look cool for the validation of the opposing sex. Trying to pander towards a particular UFC fan base for more views. A girl that uses the words bro and cuz. Or even worse, watching JDM be destroyed back-to-back by Carlos Prates and Islam Makhachev. Now, the last one is more just mental trauma rather than cringe, but you get the idea. Cringe can be mental cringe can be physical cringe. You know, when mental cringe is built up so much, it turns into this physical. Therefore, cringe can be mental, physical, ethereal. It can be used in many different ways and interpreted in many different ways. But what if I told you that cringe can also be a superpower? No, not in the way that Henry Cejudo tried to use it, where it makes you dislike everything that comes out of his mouth. No, in a way that makes everyone want to watch you and hear what you have to say. That is the raw ability of CringeMaxxIng. And that's exactly what Josh figured out. You see, Josh has figured out how to harness the cringe and convert it into intrigue. And this all started when his football career went downhill. After college, Josh went undrafted, but he signed with the San Francisco 49ers practice squad. After this, he also later had involvement with the Arizona Cardinals as well. Everything was going great for Josh. He was young, he was athletic, he was talented, and most importantly, he was hardworking. But unfortunately for Josh, his dreams of becoming an NFL superstar were never going to eventuate. Josh was waived in 2022 and wouldn't make the cut for the NFL. Now, this wasn't due to some major scandal or catastrophic failure. It was just the reality of how brutal the NFL roster competition is. Now, understandingly, Josh was ruined by this. He was a talented athlete who saw bright potential in himself. He had trained so hard and had all this confidence in his ability. Yet for some reason, he himself was being ignored and he was ultimately being thrown out and forgotten. But this is where Josh said, "Fuck that. I'll be a superstar no matter what. Just you wait and see." Josh Hokit would go on to professionally debut in 2023. He used his athletic abilities, talent, and work ethic to quickly rack up MMA finishes. And whilst getting these finishes, he was also training and harnessing a different skill. And unbeknown to everyone in the MMA world, while we were all focused on the Ngannous, the Aspinalls, the Stipes, the Tuivasas. Okay, not the Tuivasas, but the Aspinalls. Whilst we were focused on these up-and-coming and established heavyweights, Josh Hokit was silently grinding in the hyperbolic cringe chamber. He was training under Master Roshudo, and slowly but surely, he was becoming a force that would soon take over the UFC. Upon entering the UFC, Josh would show everyone the fruits of his labor. He had crafted this persona that mixed 1980s wrestling banter with a heel-like approach. One that would deliver the most chaotic and cringe lines you have ever heard. Fans didn't know if he was serious, trolling, or maybe dropped on his head like Ian Gary. It was like Chael Sonnen and Henry Cejudo had a child, and it was raised by Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. That's who Josh had become. But before we discuss the cringe-maxing of Josh any further, I first need to discuss the one crucial element as to why this has worked so far, and why it'll continue to work. The reason Josh has been Hadoukened into UFC stardom is because he has put on exciting performances, whether that be inside the cage or out. You can't have one without the other. If a fighter talks endless shit but doesn't back it up, they're just a loser. They're a nobody. But if you can talk shit and you can win, you can become a star in the UFC. Because here's the thing. People will watch because they think you're funny. People will watch because they hate you and think you're cringe. And people will also watch because you have exciting fights. You are ticking every single box that you need to garner the UFC fan base's attention. But if you don't have exciting fights and you do lose in humiliating fashion, well, that's when you'll be rejected to the meme graveyard. Oh, hi, Tony. Now, Josh has had a great breakout in the UFC, but one moment that really emphasizes all of the points I just made was his fight with Curtis Blades. You know, this was one of the most exciting heavyweight fights of all time, a fight where Curtis was supposed to show Hokit levels. He was supposed to send him back to the dire rim that is the top 15 heavyweight division. But Hokit and Curtis instead would have one of the most insane performances that boosted both of their fan bases 20x. Because on that day, Josh Hokit would be solidified as a star. After the Blades fight, Josh turned so many haters into fans. Because in MMA, you could say whatever you want. Politics, religion, sex, whatever it is, you can insult whoever you want. Just ask Sean Strickland. But at the end of the day, if you can back it up, and if you can stop yourself from facing eternal embarrassment and put on amazing and entertaining fights, well then sign me up, because I'll be a fan. You know, I think of someone like Ilya, someone who has slaughtered every single one of my favorite fighters. Hell, if he wanted to go back in time and slaughter Wonderboy, he's pretty much ticked off every single one of them. And I hated the guy. because of it. But slowly I keep coming around. He can talk as much trash as he wants because he always backs it up. And yes, Josh, you make me cringe. You are incredibly painful to listen to. And that means you are winning. You are doing exactly what you need to do. Josh is nailing his character. He is being the CringeMaxxer. And Josh is slowly becoming the new meta for MMA stardom. And it's the ability to say outlandish, childish, retarded shit, all whilst backing it up with exciting, entertaining fights. There is an MMA fan from every demographic who wants to watch that. And that right there is how Josh Hokit is making CringeMaxxING the best new base for MMA stardom. Now, in recent times, Josh has gone at everyone. He's gone at Yuri, not cool. He's gone at Pereira and Ilya. And you best believe he's not finished yet. He's going to go at everyone. He's going to continue to take every headline. And he's going to continue to talk mad shit and probably sleep Derek Lewis. And look, I'm all for being authentic and being yourself. But in a world of boring people, and when everyone's being authentically boring, it's safe to say that we can have a few people just be cringe. Make up this fictional character, be whoever you want, as long as you're entertaining and making other people happy, go for it. So Josh, keep the cringe coming. This new build of yours, I respect it. I secretly hate it, but I'm also going to secretly keep watching. So good luck at the White House. I wish you all the best with your next few fights. And before the end of the video, guys, let me know down below. What do you think of CringeMaxxING? Do you like Josh? Did you like the video? If that's the case, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to at least 20k before the end of the year. There'll be a new video coming out soon. And other than that, TikTok and Instagram in the bio. I'll see you next week for a new video. Peace out.